Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. And welcome back, everyone, to Balancing Unhinged. I'm your host, Amber Shaw, the Shaw of St. Augustine. This is the podcast where we will tackle the wild ride of adulthood and celebrate the art of self-care based on the 8 dimensions of wellness. And today we're diving deep into a topic that is close to my heart, self-care. And this is why it's absolutely essential for our sanity. So let's be real. Adulting can feel like a circus act, right? If you're juggling work, family, a million responsibilities, and sometimes it feels like you're about to drop the ball. But here's the secret. Self-care isn't just a buzzword, it's your lifeline. So grab your favorite beverage, snack, sit back, get on the road. Let's explore how you can reclaim your time and sanity with some powerful self-care practices. So today, we're going to kick things off with my own morning routine. Picture this, 5:45, the alarm goes off. I get out of bed, make my coffee. I have an espresso Virtuo. I just got one, so you can get those little pods on there. And then by 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm on Zoom working out with my friend. I've been working out with her specifically for about 3 years, and I've been doing this 6 a.m. Zoom routine for about 5 years now. And let me tell you, it is a game changer. Ever since the pandemic, I've been doing this morning workout. For me, I'm an extrovert. I need to do it on Zoom. I need to do it with other people. If my friend doesn't show up, it doesn't get done. I go back to sleep and I don't work out, and then I feel like shit, and then I get to blame somebody else. But I like that extrinsic motivation. So for me, I don't just get up and go to the gym. I don't know how to do that. I don't like doing that. I like to go out and do stuff and be in groups and whatever. So I've started my own Zoom group, and if anybody wants to join me, just go ahead and send me a message and I'll send you a link. And I've been a NASM personal trainer since 2016, I think, and a Group X instructor since 2014. And now that I've been a trainer for about 10 years, I'm 100% sure that, did you know that adults need to aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise each week? So that's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. It's manageable, and the benefits are incredible. The regular exercise releases endorphins, reducing stress, boosting your mood. Remember that scene in Legally Blonde where she goes, well, when you exercise, you reduce endorphins, and people that have endorphins don't get angry. So angry people are going to kill people, but people that work out are not going to kill people. And that was her defense. Plus, it helps you sleep better. So it's a fantastic bond with friends if you like to work out, even if it's virtual. You can get a Zoom account for free. You can do Zoom stuff for free. They limit you to, I think it's either 30 or 40 minutes, but sometimes it lets you go longer, but it's free. So even if you get kicked off, you can get right back on, okay? So Zoom is free. You can do Facebook Messenger, different ways to do that kind of stuff. And hey, if you want to join me, of course, again, if you want the link to my workout, I'll send it to you. So let's get healthy together. That's fine with me. The more, the merrier. I used to have up to 10 people on my Zoom group in the morning, and I pay for it. So I can go as long as I want. I think up to 2 hours. I forget. But anyways, so I pay for Zoom so that you don't have to, and I run a free Zoom group so that we can all work out together, so I don't have to do it alone. That's the only reason why I pay for it, okay? I don't want to do it alone. But let's talk skincare, because I know it sounds superficial, right? But hear me out. Taking care of your face, your teeth, overall hygiene, it can elevate your self-esteem, and it can make you feel better about yourself. So my skincare routine is pretty robust, if you will. My mom is Korean, so she started me when I was 12 with just the really basic wash your face and then use moisturizer. And then I graduated onto toner. So now I have my face wash in the shower. Sometimes I use the exfoliator, which has the little micro scrubbers in it that will help rub off more dead skin. Because I actually did a report one time on acne. Did you know that a pimple is actually dead skin cells that get stuck underneath your skin? Because they're all supposed to come off, right? Like if you scratch your skin right now with your nails a little bit, you'll see that your skin particles and your skin cells, they come off under your nail because you're scraping them off. So that's what exfoliation does. It scrapes off the excess skin cells, because if you have too many, they'll get stuck underneath your top layers of skin before they're ready to fall off. The top layers have to fall off in layers. There are 17 layers of skin. So if you get excess skin that is some reason, or oil even, that is underneath the skin within like the top like 3 or 5 layers, something like that, down to the 17th layer, and that's what's going to cause the acne. So you have to exfoliate, rub all that out. Scrape it off. Don't be too harsh on your skin, but you do have to scrape it off. So feel free to exfoliate. And then I use my toner when I get out. I'm drying it off. Using toner. I use moisturizer. I use 3 different types of moisturizers. I got my eyes, special moisturizer. Not until you turn 30 do you want these special moisturizers. And I remember being 25 and traveling in Asia, and I was buying some new skincare. And somebody stopped me. They said, don't use the vitamin C if you're under the age of 30. You don't need it. I said, okay. So even now, I don't take vitamin C or get special vitamin C skincare products right yet. But someday I might. But if you're under the age of 30, you definitely don't need any of these like hyaluronic acid or any kind of vitamin C or anything too special, of course, unless you see a dermatologist already and you have specialized skincare needs, in which case listen to your dermatologist. And a tongue scraper. So I brush my teeth, floss, mouthwash. I do avoid the fluoride because I heard that it'll calcify my pineal gland. That's up to me. You can read more about that if you want to Google it. Calcifying your pineal gland, decalcifying your pineal gland, fluoride calcifying your pineal gland. Look it up. And for the last 15, 16, almost 20 years, I've been fluoride free, and I don't get any more cavities than I used to. I particularly have some weak teeth, so some people are born with weak teeth. I think that I'm one of these people. My husband is got strong teeth, and I hope that my kids get his teeth. But anyways, I like to brush my teeth. I floss twice a day. Sometimes I use mouthwash. I've actually been following this dentist on Instagram who was talking about how mouthwash is not good. I use hydroxyapatite, nano hydroxyapatite toothpaste and mouthwash, and switched over from the other non-fluoride, whatever they were using. I forget even what the hell it was because they never really told you. So now I'm using the nano hydroxyapatite instead of the fluoride. It's really funny because the dentists, they still recommend the fluoride. Meanwhile, I was just talking to my dad's girlfriend who is a dental hygienist, and I was telling her I don't do fluoride. And I was like, yeah, I use nano hydroxyapatite instead. And she's like, oh yeah, that's fine. And I was like, why don't people talk about this? Anyways, so I use the tongue scraper. If you're not using a tongue scraper, you are missing out on a whole new level of freshness. Tongue scrapers are a part of yogic cleansing. It's a yogic cleansing exercise also. It's a kriya. So they sell these metal tongue scrapers. They sell plastic ones now too. I guess if you need a plastic one, I don't know why you'd want a plastic one. The metal ones, they pretty much last forever unless they get rusty, in which case you should have been wiping that stuff off anyways. You need to talk to yourself about your own hygiene. But let's not forget about the creams, right? Okay, I got the eye cream, wrinkle cream, neck cream, regular facial cream, and honestly, I do have special creams for my boobs, my belly, my inner thighs, my booty. Just like how you need special workouts for all these things, there are special things going on in your body that need special creams for this. I don't know. Ask the folks over there at Maylee's. I like the Maylee's creams. I believe that they're helping me out. I don't know. But it's kind of like Reiki, right? Like if you don't believe that it's going to help you, then it's not going to help you. So I like to believe that these little rituals really help make you feel fabulous and help you conquer the day. When I know that I did all of my self-care, like I'm feeling really good. Actually, on Thursday, so this weekend is going to be my birthday. On Saturday, it's going to be my birthday. It's going to be the International Day of Yoga. I'm celebrating with an International Day of yoga workout, and some mimosas over at Krabby's Beachside in St. Augustine at the beach. So join me at 8 o'clock in the morning if you want to. But these creams, right? I really, really love all these creams. They really make me feel good. Actually, a few years ago, I was going through like a depression, and I saw an Ayurvedic doctor, and the Ayurvedic doctor knew that I was going through depression, and she was like, you need to sit in the sunlight for 15 minutes a day. I was like, what? Like, just like, I don't know. I kind of like pictured myself as like an old Victorian, like queen, right? And I'm like, just like putting the bed next to the window and just put it next to the window and just open the window and just sit there. I was like, what does that even mean? Anyways, so she recommended that. And also she recommended a self massage. And I was like, what is that supposed to mean? So it means whatever it is that you think that it should mean. Honestly, it's your body. So, self massage through adding all these lotions and stuff is great. And it's a really great thing to have all these specific lotions, because then you know that you didn't forget any particular body parts or whatever. But seriously, here's a fun fact to lighten the mood. Did you know that some bodybuilders actually use hemorrhoid cream to tighten their skin? Talk about going the extra mile for that glow up. But seriously, let's talk about nutrition. Eating well is crucial for fueling your body. I became a nutritionist back in 2022 or 3. I forget what year I got myself. Oh, it must have been 2023, because I think I just renewed it this year. So nutrition, eating well is crucial for fueling your body and mind. Here's a pro tip. Aim for half of your body weight in grams of protein each day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, that's 150 pounds divided by 2. 75 grams of protein is the amount that you want to aim for your target protein. And also don't forget to hydrate. Drinking the amount of your weight in ounces would be, if you weigh 150 pounds, then you want 150 ounces of water. And I know that sounds like a lot of water, right? Because like a gallon of water is 60, what was it? 64, yes, 8 cups of water in 1 gallon. And each cup has 8 ounces. So 8 times 8, 64 ounces per gallon of water. And that would be about 2 gallons if you weigh 128 pounds. So you really need to be drinking a lot of water. I know that a lot of people don't drink a lot of water, but honestly, if you think about it, like the food that you eat, like fruits or pretty much anything, you make a soup, it's got water in it. So a lot of your food already has water. So you can take that amount out of your total. And then you don't have to obsess over this either, right? Like 100 ounces of water is fine. But like if you're like seriously dehydrated, is what you really have to look at is like your pee. Your pee could be completely clear, which means that you're overhydrated, not absorbing any of your nutrients. And then if it's super dark, then you're dehydrated. If you have diarrhea, you're probably dehydrated. And if your pee is super dark, so then you just want to like drink more water. So listen to yourself, because there was actually a doctor of physiology or something like that from Stanford who did an interview, and she said, just listen to your body, like listen to yourself. If you're thirsty, drink some water, right? So I'm thirsty right now. I'm gonna drink some water. And I also have a recommendation for my mega shake, which was on one of my previous videos that had like all the different types of protein powders and aminos. Because honestly, so like if you're a vegetarian, right, and then you're like, okay, well, how am I supposed to get all this protein, like 100 grams of protein a day if I'm a vegetarian and I don't eat protein? What do you really want me to do? You want me to eat, so 1 egg, say for example, has 6 grams of protein. So if you had 10 eggs a day, that would be 60 grams of protein, right? So if you had 60 grams of protein and you were trying to get all your protein for the day and you were getting sick of eggs, then maybe you could have like tofu, because tofu also has protein in it too. But again, you don't want to stress over it too much. And did you know that protein is made from amino acids? So if you take your essential aminos, and combine them all together, your body will make protein out of it. It's almost like if you were to take all the ingredients to make protein, which are the aminos, put them into your body is the machine, and your machine's going to put them back together again and make them into protein. So, did you know that you can get all your essential aminos from various foods, like fresh fruits and vegetables? So, like any time that you're eating a fruit or a vegetable, you're also getting your essential aminos. And if you get them in the right amounts and different combinations, your body will take those aminos from those fruits and vegetables and recreate them into protein. But you just have to have the right mix. So in my mega shake that I make, I have some of the top aminos in there that you need for being able to create those proteins, like lysine, isolysine, and valine, as well as several others. And there are, I keep forgetting if it's 22 or 18 essential aminos, but it's one of those. And speaking of keeping your spirits high, let's discuss the magic of hugs. Okay, so compression therapy. Yeah, you heard me right. Hugs are like little bundles of joy that can help reduce stress and anxiety. They help release oxytocin, the love hormone, and they make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. You ever felt that? I actually had seen this show called You, and one of the ladies in the show mentioned that you should get 8 hugs a day. And I like to roll with that. I think that that sounds like a good number. Now, here's the kicker. Compression therapy actually works very similarly. Whether it's compression garments like weighted blankets, they'll provide the comforting pressure that helps make you feel secure and relaxed. It's like getting a big hug without needing someone else there. I actually have a 15-pound weighted blanket that I love, and I need to whip that bad boy back out. I love it in the summer. It's really good in the summer. And I used to have a 20-pound one, but that one was a little bit too much for me. So if you want to, you can play around with the weights. I think they have like 10, maybe 5. 15 is my favorite. But they are hard to pull, on top of yourself. So you kind of have to like put them on top of another blanket or something, because I think that they're supposed to be covered, like with a duvet. My son actually always tells me to lay on him. So I'll like put like a pillow barrier on top of him and then like plop on top of him, get like a couch cushion. It's really fun. He loves it. But it's when our bones hit, that's why I want those pillows, because both hugs and compression therapy have been shown to improve the mood, alleviate pain, and even boost your immune system. Can you believe that? Talk about a win-win. All right, so now let's round out our chat with some expert recommended self-care tips that are sure to make your life different. All right, so number 1, you want to establish a routine. You have to create a daily structure that works for you. So write it down. Start with creating yourself a little routine calendar, something that could fit into your schedule. Schedule your day in a way that works for you. For me, I like to wake up first thing in the morning and do my workout. I don't like to work out at the end of the day. Some people like to work out at the end of the day. If that is you, schedule that into your day that way. All right. So prioritize sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep for some good quality sleep. You want definitely more than 5 hours of sleep. I aim for 5. And I know that my sister had one time taken an Ancestry.com genealogy test and gotten this report that said that she only needed like lower amounts of sleep or something. And I think that's me too, because I end up like staying up late, or even if I go to bed early, I have a hard time going to sleep early because I don't feel like I should be in bed yet. It just is not right for me. So listen to your body. Make sure you do what's right for you. Drinking enough water, staying hydrated, making sure that you're staying above like a gallon of water a day. Remember, of course, your food intake counts too. So it'd be dumb for me to say that it doesn't. It definitely does. Balanced nutrition, focusing on whole foods, protein, fiber, fresh foods, getting prana, getting energy from the universe from your foods. Thinking about like freeze-dried foods don't have very much like life force in them. You know what I mean? But whatever it is that you like, you got to listen to your body. Magnesium is something that people are short on a lot of times. And did you know that there's magnesium actually in chocolate? So like a lot of people actually like crave chocolate when they're low on magnesium. So think about that. And take a few moments each day to center yourself. A mindfulness meditation break would be fun. I like to do a 1 minute meditation every single day. Well, honestly, 4 days a week, I do a 1 minute meditation, but sometimes I do it more aside from that. So I do my morning workout 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I used to do Monday through Friday, but then I started sleeping through a day a week. And then I decided to give myself a weekday off as a break because I was getting stressed out over these workouts because I was getting too tired. And then the stress was like making me overtired. And I was stressing myself over something that I was trying to do for myself. And then it was not even helping me because I was getting a bunch of cortisol in my stomach. So then it was stressing me out even more. So you got to do stuff for yourself in a way that's not going to stress you out, especially if you're doing it for yourself. If you're doing it for yourself, then it shouldn't be that stressful, should it? So take some time each day to center yourself, clear your mind, maybe get a mantra. Some mantras are really, really nice. I love mantras. I have my own mantra that I was initiated to when I became a yoga teacher. It's Om Shri Maha Ganapataye Namaha. It's the Ganesha mantra. So whenever I get stressed out, I start repeating that. And honestly, sometimes like my mind starts repeating it while I'm repeating it over here in all different places, right? Then you got to hollow it out, empty it out, bring it all together. That's the centering. All right. So limiting your screen time is also important. It's really hard these days. Like, look at me. I got computer, screen, phone, another phone, another phone, another phone. I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 phones in here right now. One of them is my daughter's, but I took it away from her because she was getting too much screen time. And I was like, I'm sorry. And I had to take it away because it was too much. And practicing gratitude. Practicing gratitude is a great way to uplift your spirit. Thanking yourself for taking time for yourself is fun. I do that at the end of my workout every morning. And that's a great thing that you can do is learning gratitude sometimes, like if you don't already know it. And I'll tell you, I have to learn gratitude. Gratitude for me, I feel like when I was growing up, I don't know, maybe I was very, or I am still very assumptive, very entitled feeling, and stuff like that. And sometimes you have to be grateful for what you have. And sometimes you have to be grateful for things that you don't have. You ever thought about that? And sometimes you feel a certain way about your gratitude. I feel weird about gratitude sometimes because, like, say for example, if I want to be grateful for something, I'm like, okay, be grateful for everything that I have. I want to be grateful that I have those things. I want to be grateful that I have them now, right? Or grateful that I worked for them or whatever and stuff. And but then it's like also sometimes I get in this like weird mode where I'm like, am I grateful for my life that I don't have a bad life, right? That I'm like grateful that my life is not as bad as other people or something like that. Like, I don't know. I want to get that out of there. But it's hard. It's hard because you just have a lot of thoughts, and meditation, you clear your thoughts. You can think about certain things. Sometimes you have these like great like eureka moments where everything just makes sense, and then you lose them. Like, it happens to me all the time where I'm just like, oh my God, eureka. I understand the meaning of life. And I want to go explain it to somebody. And I'm like, shit, I forgot what it was. Anyways, and connecting with others, right? Because like if you want to if you want to have social relationships and you want to foster your relationships, you want to make them matter, going on dates with your loved ones and meeting up and reconnecting and having lunch or coffee. Showing compassion, self-compassion, being kind to yourself, right? Because if you can be kind to yourself, if you can understand yourself, then it'll be easier for you to understand other people. That's at least what they say. If you want to be kind to yourself, You're doing your best. I'm doing my best. Just remember that. You're doing your best. Sometimes it's nice to tell yourself in the mirror, I love you. Sometimes it's nice to talk to yourself nice things in the mirror. You can give yourself affirmations. You can put those on the mirror because it's nice to be able to like see yourself when you're saying it, because then it's like you're saying it to yourself, because like sometimes you can't really picture yourself talking to yourself. So if you're doing it in the mirror, then you can like literally see yourself, right? Just kind of like removes that whole imagination thing. But if you can, that's fine too. Just do your meditations and give yourself some compassion whenever you have a chance. And doing some hobbies. You can engage in some hobbies. Also for some self-care, spending time like with yourself, with your true self, and doing the fun things that your fun self would always think are fun, and being a free spirit and enjoying yourself. Like if you want to go, I like to go rollerblading, roller skating. Life is too short. Make time for the things that you love to do. Play with some paint. I just got some clay the other day, and I got some clay a few months ago and I never opened it. And I finally opened it yesterday and realized why I don't do that much clay, but it's still, it was fun to do. Got to do that. Moderation is key to maintaining balance in life. So limiting caffeine and alcohol. I myself know myself, right? So I don't drink caffeine after 11 a.m. because I won't be able to sleep. Actually, yesterday, I forgot to drink my coffee. And then at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I found it and I chugged it real quick because I was like so feeling tired. And then last night I couldn't sleep and I was like up like until, I forget, 11:30 or midnight or something, just tossing and turning in the bed because I couldn't sleep. But don't forget to recharge during your busy day and take some breaks. It's always recommended to take a 2-minute walk for every 30 minutes that you're sitting. All right, I recommend that, a 2-minute walk for every 30 minutes that you sit. And with caffeine, also, I had a little note here that I wanted to say, like 150 milligrams a day is the recommendation. Maybe like a milligram per pound per day, literally for the amount that you weigh. So maybe 200 if you weigh 200 pounds. And seeking professional help is also super important. There are so many professionals available now that are interested in maintaining an optimum level of mental wellness throughout the world regularly. So if you need professional help, don't hesitate to reach out for support if you need it. In my area here in St. Augustine, Florida, there was a program called Here Tomorrow, and it's out of Jacksonville. And you can Google it, heretomorrow.org. And that, I believe, is a free counseling service. And there were some other free services that were available. But of course, there are other services that are not free that you can look up through your insurance for therapy or counseling, or locally, there are tons and tons of places. Someone I just met recently is a relationship and life direction and purpose coach. Her name is Robin Zaval. And there are so many coaches that are willing to help you that all you have to do is talk to them for a little while, and then you can see if they're going to be a good fit for you. Because obviously, I don't know about you, but I've had some counselors in the past that weren't really my type, right? Like they didn't resonate with me, if you will. Like we weren't the right type. So we just didn't fit each other's mojos. We are cross-mogenated. So you got to get your mojo with your professional that you are going to be able to talk to and get help from, who can relate to you with your struggles and stuff like that, because you definitely don't want to work with somebody who has no fucking clue what you're talking about and just thinks that you're crazy, because if they're judging you and they're not being a unbiased professional, then that's not going to be helpful either. But one thing that you could do now is practice some deep breathing. A few deep breaths can really work wonders. I'm going to recommend 4 different types of breaths for you, and we can do them together. One is called the box breath. This is a fun one. It's very easy. It's got 4 parts, and each part has 4 counts. So there is an inhale, That's part 1. And then there's a hold of the inhale and just holding all that air inside your body. That's part 2. And then there's the exhale. That's part 3. And then there's the holding of the exhale and holding all that empty air out and empty lungs, holding for 4 counts. Let's do it together. We're going to inhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that air in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Inhale normally. That was 2 box breaths right there for you. And that's a 4 count in, 4 count hold, 4 count out, 4 count hold. All right. And then you've got a fire breath. This one's really fun because it creates a fire inside your body. But for me, it's very relaxing because it kind of like gets that stress, like you just want to fuck somebody up. So we're going to do this together now. And what you do is we sit up nice and straight and tall like this. And then what we do is we focus on our exhale through our nostrils. So through your nostrils, you're just going to exhale. So imagine this, like take your finger in front of your nose like this and you sniff it and you wonder what it smells like. All right, you go. All right, what would be the opposite of that? Like sniff out onto the finger, right? All right, but after you sniff, the inhale just comes in naturally. You don't have to go, right? You don't have to breathe back in, all right? So that's the prep. We're just going to exhale like that. And I'm going to clap. Every time you hear the clap is when you exhale like this. All right? That's a fire breath. You can do that for a minute, 3 times. And at the end of your minute, you want to inhale deeply, hold the breath for as long as you can, and then repeat. All right? So we're going to start right now. Deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale and exhale. One more deep inhale and begin. Inhale, hold. Hold. Exhale. All the air out. Beautiful. All right, so that's a fire breath. So then a cannon breath is going to be the next breath. That's going to be very much like the fire breath, except for the fire breath was through the nostrils, right? The cannon breath is going to be through the mouth. And what you're going to do is you're going to make an O shape with your mouth. We call it a firm packet mouth, but it's like this. You just open your mouth, but then you make an O, like you're closing your mouth and making an O, but keeping your mouth open. All right, so then you're going to exhale through your mouth. So we're going to exhale out forcefully, inhale gently, naturally. Okay, ready? Deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale. Begin. Deep inhale. Hold. Hold the breath. And relax. Very good. So that was a cannon breath. Last one is going to be our bumblebee breath. This one's really fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our fingers on our hairline. So our thumbs, so you're going to bring like your hands together like this in a prayer pose. You're going to open them like a book with your pinkies. You're going to keep your pinkies together like this and spread all your fingers. And then you're going to put all your fingers on your hairline. And then you're going to do your breath. But it's going to sound like this. Like a humming. You close your eyes. Humming. Keep going. Inhale. All right. So that's your bumblebee breath. Those are your 4 breaths. Those are the 4 breaths that I give you today. And that's some deep breathing exercises that you can do right now. Self-care is not just important, it's essential for living a balanced and fulfilling life, whether it's working out, indulging in skincare, or simply taking a moment to breathe. These practices give us the navigation tools to manage the chaos of adulthood with grace. So you don't have to lose your shit. And even if you do lose your shit, it was just shit anyways. You don't need it. Just leave it behind. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Balancing Unhinged. I hope you found some inspiration to prioritize your self-care. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. And if you want to share your own self-care tips or join my morning workouts, reach out and join me. I'll see you on Saturday for the International Day of Yoga at the St. Augustine studio and gallery down by the pier in St. Johns County. And I hope to see you then. Give me some mimosas. And until next time, take care of yourselves. And remember, balance is key. I'll see you next time. Bye.